Welcome back. A Supreme Court nomination battle possibly is looming in the Senate this summer after bombshell leak in Washington. Word got out that 83-year-old Associate Justice Stephen Breyer is preparing to retire at the end of the court's term in June. He's scheduled to appear with President Biden later on today to make that formal announcement. Indy Politics editor Abdul Hakim Shabazz joining me now to talk about the high stakes. First off, good morning to you, Abdul.
Good morning, Scott. Always good to be here with my friends at Fox 59.
And good to hear from you as well. And speaking of that, let's hear about why do you think he's retiring? Is it age or because of, the possibility that the next president could pick somebody who's not a liberal?
I think it's a number of different things. Number one, Justice Breyer is 83 years old. He was appointed to the court back in 1994 when I was still in grad school at the time. So he's been on the court for almost 30 years and some change. That's pretty much a long time to kind of stay in one place. Like 83 years old, ready to retire, ready to step down. He's got a Democratic president, so he doesn't worry about a major ideological shift in whoever would replace him. And so I just think it was time for him to go. And also, I know some liberals wanted to kind of say, hey, Justice Breyer, can you step down now while we still got the White House and the Senate, so to make it easier for that transition. So lots of moving parts in play with respect to his retirement, I believe.
Now let's talk a little bit about the confirmation process. We'll touch on the filibuster in a minute, but just the confirmation process. Do you think it will be contentious? In the past, obviously, the Republican nominees were closer to a 50-50 split. You can't really have that on the Supreme Court. But do you think it will be contentious, or the Republicans might not do that so much, basically because they still have a big majority?
Yeah, conservatives have a 6-3 majority on the Supreme Court, so Justice Breyer is leaving, and his replacement won't really change the dynamics of the court philosophically or ideologically that much. I don't think it'll be that contentious because there's really, apart from unless there's some bombshell that's out there that no one expected, I think it'll be a typical Supreme Court hearing. There may be one or two little flare-ups here and there, which is not surprising, but I don't think it'll be that contentious this go-around. Now, if it was after the midterm election, then I think it'd be a much more contentious situation.
Yeah, after all, he still has 3 years left. It's kind of hard to block that for that amount of time. All right, let's talk about who would President Biden nominate. He made a specific pledge, did he not, sometime during his campaign?
Oh, yes, he said he'd pick an African-American female to take the Supreme Court, and there are about a dozen or so black females on the federal bench. The two names that seem to stick out the most this morning are D.C. Circuit Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson and California Supreme Court Justice Leondra Kruger. They're both well qualified. I want to say that Justice Kruger was a Solicitor General in the Justice Department, and Ketanji Brown has already gone through the confirmation process. So they're both qualified. It should be relatively straightforward confirmation.
And some of them, yeah, as you mentioned, have already gone through a federal confirmation process already. And we're talking about people here who are younger than the average Supreme Court justice by far.
Yeah, one's 50, the other one's like 45. So they could be literally serving the court until like the 2050s, believe it or not.
What about the legacy that Stephen Breyer leaves behind?
I think Stephen Breyer was a practical judge, wanted to get work done. Granted, he had sort of his liberal leanings on the Affordable Care Act, on abortion rights. He was a very practical, sort of get things done kind of judge. Oh, before we go, I want to just bring one thing real quickly here: the filibuster rule. Do not expect a filibuster on Justice Breyer's replacement, because the rules have changed. Mitch McConnell changed them. Harry Reid changed them back in 2018. Mitch McConnell changed them in 2019. So now judges cannot be blocked by filibusters, at least federal appointment judges or Supreme Court judges. And so the filibuster should not be an issue this go-around.
Yeah, this time it would benefit the Democrats. Abdul Hakim Shabazz, as always, thanks for being here. We do appreciate your insights.
Hey, always good to be with you guys this morning.
All right, we'll be right back.